So you see the numerous Haemonchus worms if get infested into any animal's body, especially it's a disease of sheep and goat. So it produces acute and severe anemia. An animal may die within 1 and 2 days. So it is one of the parasite that leads to mortality, especially in sheep and goats. So there are large number of synonyms to this disease. It's also called large stomach worm, or we call it as a twisted worms, or wire worms, or the most important is the barber pole worm. So these are some of the synonyms which is asked in the questions. So these are some of the synonym that is very, very important. Sometimes the question comes like a barber pole worms is a disease of dash. So it is a disease of sheep and goat, and it is also known as lancet worms. So you see the numbers of Haemonchus worms you find in the abomasums, and you see the characteristic eggs of this Haemonchus on the slide. So coming to it's a mainly, as we have discussed, it's a mainly of disease of sheep and goat. Is a very, very highly prevalent disease in India as well as in our state. So it is one of the great concern for rearing of sheep and goat in our country as well as in our state. So if we want to make our sheep and goat industry proliferated, we have to control Haemonchus contortus worms. So because why this parasite is so dangerous? Because it's at blood, especially in the small animals, especially when they are suffering from some stress conditions. So this disease is characterized by anemia, again anasarca, debility, and pain. So unlike the other parasitic disease, here anemia is one of the characteristic finding. Anemia is one of the characteristic finding in this parasites. Due to the development of anemia, the animal sometimes lose its body weight, and later on it may die. As we have discussed in the previous parasite, that hypoproteinemia is one of the greatest problem in case of parasitic infestation. Here also, apart from anemia, development of anemia, there is development of hypoproteinemia, and due to that, we got a bottle jaw appearance or anasarca in this parasitic disease also. Beside that, there will be debility, the animal loses its weight, there is loss of weight, and sometimes because the lesion is produced inside the GI tract, it produces severe pain. So this will differentiate it from other parasitic infestation. Immediate development of anemia, there will be a development of anasarca, and the pain was not evident in the previous 4 parasites. So this will differentiate. Anemia and pain will differentiate from all the 4 parasitic disease what we have discussed yesterday. So these are some of the important characteristic finding of Haemonchus contortus. There are numerous species of Haemonchus contortus, and that is species specific also. Species specific is very, very important because we have discussed about the rotational grazing. So someone asked me what is rotational grazing. So this is the benefit of rotational grazing, because some of the parasites are especially specific for certain species of animals only. So you see here, Haemonchus contortus, this is specific for sheep and goat. Haemonchus placei is specific for cattle. Haemonchus bubalis is for buffalo, and Haemonchus longiceps for camel. But apart from all these parasites, Haemonchus contortus is most dangerous parasite, and that is highly prevalent in India in the sheep and goats. So coming to this graphs, how the sheep and goats got infection of this Haemonchus contortus. So as we know the epidemiology, these are mainly a disease of sheep and goats. And again, the hot and humid climate is very, very important for the proliferation, for the growth of the larva. Yesterday we have discussed the L3 larval stage was infective. Here also, similarly, the larval stage L3 and sometimes L4 become infective for the sheep and goat. The cattle, the sheep goes for grazing, and on the grass tips, the larvae are present. So if the animal ingests that larva, it goes inside the body, it goes inside the GI tract, and it develops into a doll worm that is produce severe anemia and infections in animals. So this is you see the life cycle as we have discussed in the previous one. Again, here's the almost similar life cycle you are getting. You see the Haemonchus adult worms. It is about 1 to 1.25 centimeter, red in color and red and white in color. So when we go for some of the purchasing of meat in the slaughterhouse, especially for goat, we will find if we cut the abomasum, if we cut the rumen, we will find numerous Haemonchus worms inside the especially in the rumen on the reticulums. We find the Haemonchus worms, adult worms. So this Haemonchus enters into abomasum.
सर आपका आवाज क्लियर नहीं आ रहा.
आवाज नहीं आ रही है? हेलो.
यस सर.
आ रही है आवाज प्रियंका? हेलो.
सर आवाज नहीं आ रहा बार.
हम चेक कर रहे हैं. ओके, आई एम चेकिंग. तुम्हारी तो आवाज आ रही है.
प्रिंस, प्रिंस.
यस सर, आवाज इधर तो आ रहा है.
आ रहा है ना? कोई लोकल
क्लियरली ऑडिबल है.
लोकल प्रॉब्लम होगा.
क्लियरली ऑडिबल है.
हाँ. पूजा, यू टेक द पिक्चर ऑफ स्लाइड शो. जो पिक्चर आ रहे हैं ना सभी के, उसका एक दो फोटो ले लेना और भेज देना व्हाट्सएप पे.
यस.
I am audible? Am I audible or not?
Yes sir.
There is some local problem.
आवाज नहीं आ रही.
नेटवर्क का प्रॉब्लम होगा, म्यूट हो गया होगा.
इधर इधर देखो.
ओके प्रियंका. आलोक. हेलो हेलो आलोक.
दोनों में म्यूटेड साइन आ रहा है.
हेलो. हेलो.
हेलो.
हाँ हेलो प्रियंका.
यस सर, अब आ रही है सर. आवाज नहीं आ रही थी. यस सर.
ठीक ठीक. आलोक का आवाज नहीं आ रहा है. आलोक अभी भी डिस्कस नहीं किया है कुछ. आलोक. हेलो आलोक.
सर उनके फोन में म्यूटेड का साइन आ रहा है, तो उधर से आवाज नहीं आएगा.
सर वो आपका आवाज सुन सकते हैं, बस वो आपका सुन सकते हैं, लेकिन
देखिए हेलो दोनों को. बाय. हाँ हेलो आलोक, आर यू हियरिंग मी ना?
हेलो.
हाँ अब
जी सर.
आप
यस सर.
ऑन रखिए बिकॉज लेस नंबर ऑफ पार्टिसिपेंट्स हैं. यू कैमरा एंड वॉइस दोनों ऑन रखिए.
कैमरा भी ऑन करने बोलते हैं.
हाँ ऑन रखिए. एंड यू टेक द पिक्चर ऑफ द स्लाइड शो. पिक्चर आप ले लीजिएगा सारे जगह, एक दो जगह पे. You just capture the picture also. So we are discussing about the life cycle. So as we have discussed that life cycle start from the adult worms. It is present in the rumen. From rumen it enters into the abomasum, and in abomasum start laying egg. Large number of eggs is produced. About 10,000 eggs per day is produced by one single parasite. So you see the numerous, one parasite can be so much highly infective. And this eggs, after egg legs, it's converted into L1 stage, larval 1 stage. And this larval 1 stage, ingestion by the host it's converted into L2 stage. This larva get converted into L2 stage, and this L2 stage goes into an embryonescence in the environment. It comes out in the fishes, it comes out in the environment, especially on the grasses or on the soil, and it gets converted into a very, very important L3 stage. Now again, similar with the other parasite, here also the L3 stage is infective. Now this L3 stage migrates. It migrates from the bottom of the grass to the tip of the grass. It comes out on the tip of the grass, and it's again, when the animal goes for grazing, it just start grazing on the grass, and it get infected with all these parasites present on the tip of the grass. Now one thing is very, very important here, the moisture content. So if the animal goes for grazing in the morning, अगर आप सुबह आप बकरी और भेड़ को चरने के लिए भेज देंगे, there is a more chance of getting infection from these parasites. So this should be kept in mind. If you are sending the sheep and goat for grazing, especially in the winter season, allow it to graze in the afternoon, because in the afternoon the dew drops and the moisture on the top of the top of the grass get dry, and there is a less chance of infection with the larva of the Haemonchus contortus. So ingestion by the host, the animals start ingesting, and the infection also depends upon the quantum of larva present and the amount of grasses taken by this parasite, especially on the grasses. So after getting infection, it gives excitement. It comes out again in the rumen of the and another host, that is another sheep and goat. It emerges into L4 larval stage in the host, and it again affecting the abomasal gland. As we have discussed in the previous, that all the Flora parasites, especially Strongylis and others, produce damage to the abomasal glands. So similarly here also, there is a damaging of the abomasal gland. So there will be a development of hypoproteinemia, a part, and then adult worm emerges and started egg laying. So this is one of the, so started egg layings. Now you see here the two graphs I have given. The L3 larval stage migrate from the feces. Once the animals start defecating in the grasslands or in the farm, this parasite present in the feces, this L3 larval stage migrate from one place to another, and therefore it is responsible for infection to the other, increasing the infection to the other. So this management of feces is also very, very important. Now the mortality of L3 larva is maximum in the hot and humid climate. We have discussed about the climate, epidemiology of the infection. Generally, why the hot and humid climate is very, very important. Once the temperature start rising, especially from the March, April, May, June, the infection of this parasite decreases automatically, because the high temperature reduces the moisture content of the forages, and therefore the infection rate decrease due to the desiccation of this parasite. This is the desiccation, especially, and also in the cold season, in extreme cold condition also, these parasites, the larval stage of the parasite proliferation is hindered due to the desiccation. So pathogenesis, we have seen the pathogenesis with the help of with the help of this flow chart. Now we are discussing about how this pathogenesis is similar or dissimilar with the other parasites. So the history and biochemical changes associated with Osteogenesia are also similar here. But apart from that, here the severe blood sucking by the L4, L3 larval stage, as well as the adult worms, produces severe anemia and differentiate it from the other 4 parasites what we have discussed in parasitic gastroenteritis. So you see here one line is written, a very good line, a single daily loss of 0.5 ml blood per worm per day. You see one worm suck about 0.5 ml of blood. So numerous, one worms in the abomasum lays 10,000 of eggs. If from eggs, if even 50,000 larvae comes out, you see how much loss of blood occurs during a single infection of single grazing condition. So hemorrhagic anemia is one of due to continual loss of RBC and compensatory erythropoiesis. There is a depletion of irons and iron stored in the body. So there is a loss of blood, there is a loss of iron from the stored system in the body. So death of the animal occurs from the blood loss or from anemia along with hypoproteinemia. So there are 2 important causes of death in animals: severe loss of blood, that is anemia, and hypoproteinemia. So you see the clinical finding: severe anemia, presence of dark tarry colored faces because there is hemorrhage in the GI tract. The animal, you will find melena. Melena is one of the characteristic findings of Haemonchus contortus infections. There will be development of edema or the bottle jaw due to hypoproteinemia. There will be muscular weakness. Animal will be unable to walk due to loss of blood. You will see a blanched mucous membrane. That is a whitish. When you will examine the mucous membrane of the eye, it will be whitish in color. And anasarca is one of the important findings along with other clinical syndromes. So this is one of the findings we have seen in the sheep and goats in our farm, where after bringing this animal from different state, it suffered from Haemonchus contortus infections. So what are the predisposing factors? Why and where this parasitic infestations increase, especially when there is overcrowding of the animals. If you put large number of sheep and goat in a single place, there will be overcrowding. If there is a pasture contaminated and you send a sheep and goat for pasture on the land where there is a chance of contamination. So lush green pasture is one of the predisposing factor. The climate is very, very important, especially hot and humid climate, and especially if this disease affect the animal that is pregnant or suffered from some transportational state or suffering from malnutrition that are on the low plane of nutrition. So these are the 4 important predisposing factor of Haemonchus contortus infections. So again, here the EPG is very, very important. High pH of abomasum is very, very important, and high plasma pepsinogen and low protein and hemoglobin. So this disease is almost similar to the previous 4 but here, along with hypoproteinemia, there will be a development of severe anemia in the animal. Therefore, the hemoglobin, estimation of hemoglobins, along with the Blanch mucous membrane, along with one of the technique that we are going to study, especially the technique which we use called a FAMACHA techniques. It's a very important techniques when we go for examination of the mucous membrane. We compare the color of the mucous membrane with the help of a color-coded paper that is called a FAMACHA paper. This will appear in the next slide. So this FAMACHA technique is one of the diagnostic tools for examination, for seeing the case of, for suspecting the case of sheep and goats suffering from Haemonchus contortus infections. So the necropsy findings generally are the presence of large number of readily visible Haemonchus contortus in the abomasum. As we have discussed that if you go for seeing this parasite, you have to go to the slaughterhouse where the sheep and goats are slaughtered for meat purpose. And when you will examine the abomasum, you will find large number of red and red whitish parasite in the abomasum. Then there will be hyperplastic gastritis, there will be hydrothorax and ascites. These are the important necropsy finding. Now, how you will diagnose? So diagnosis is very, very important. First, you have to diagnose on the basis of history and also on the basis of epidemiological study. Next is the clinical sign that we have discussed. There will be a Blanch whitish mucous membrane. Then there will be a development of anasarca or edema. Then there will be passing of dark tarry colored feces. This dark tarry colored feces is very, very important. Then we have to examine in the laboratory. We have to take the feces. We have to seek the fecal smear examination. Then we have to go for EPG. We have to estimate the hemoglobin contents. So these are some of the technique. And if you are looking after a large number of animals, so if you are want to examine a herd, you have to adopt a FAMACHA technique to differentiate how many number of animals are suffering from anemia. So you have to separate the animals suffering from anemia, and then you have to go for hemoglobins and fecal examination. Then you will be able to diagnose or differentiate it from other diseases. So this is the FAMACHA technique. Actually, the Fafa Milan techniques developed in the South Africa. Now this technique is very, very popular for examination of Haemonchus contortus worms. So this you see on your PPT, we are comparing the 4 types of color, 5 types of color. So it indicates whether the animal is suffering from severe anemia, mild anemia, moderate anemia, or the animal is normal. So this FAMACHA technique is very important for diagnosis of Haemonchus contortus worms in the field conditions or in the farm condition where large number of animals required diagnosis because it is very, very difficult to go for the fecal examination of 100 and 200 animals. Then you just compare the color of the eye with the help of this FAMACHA chart. So eye color chart is coded with 5 color of categories. Now you compare the chart with color of the mucous membrane and classify it into 1 to 5, that is not anemic to severely anemic animals. Now, because we have discussed that this parasite is the only parasite that is responsible for acute death, or we call it a sudden death. Sometimes there may be some malicious approach. There may be other region in which you will find the animal is suddenly die, just the animal is playing or eating, and after a few hours you find.
तो सर आपकी आवाज नहीं आ रही है.
हेलो
सर आपकी आवाज नहीं आ रही है.
चेक कर रहे हैं. हेलो आलोक, आर यू गेटिंग माय वॉइस? हेलो आलोक, आलोक, प्रियंका तुम्हारा कोई नेटवर्क प्रॉब्लम है वहां पे लोकल, बाकी को आवाज आ रही है, चेक करो कनेक्टिविटी. हेलो हेलो, you check. हेलो पूजा,
यस
आपको आवाज
सर।
आ रही है? आ रही है आवाज?
यस सर। यस।
आलोक को, आलोक, 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 हेलो, हेलो पूजा,
यस सर।
उन लोग को बोलो अनम्यूट होने, मैं बार बार कर रहा हूँ अनम्यूट होने बोलो, ताकि
जैसे
हम बात कर
मैसेज कर
सके।
दिया अनम्यूट के।
आप मैं
सब कॉल कर देते हैं।
अनम्यूट हो जाओ।
यस सर,
ओके
आ रही है।
ओके, अनम्यूट हो ना, मैं 3 ही लोग हैं ना, जब ज्यादा
सर
लोग
मैं
होते हैं तब।
अनम्यूट ही थी सर।
ओके, फिर म्यूट हो गया।
सर उधर से ही कुछ मतलब नेट प्रॉब्लम हो गया था शायद।
ओके ओके, ठीक है, तो फिर हम लोग बढ़ रहे हैं आगे, टाइम कवर हो रहा है।
यस सर।
सो वी हैव टू डिफरेंशिएट इट फ्रॉम अदर डिजीज like snake bite, because in snake bite you will find acute death. Then in case of lightning strike, if the animal goes for grazing and there is thundering and lightning, there is a chance of electrical shock from lightning strike. There is one of the very important disease of sheep and goat, that is enterotoxemia, is a bacterial disease in which we find acute death and in coccidiosis. So these are the other things we have to keep in mind, that in a snake bite also, that in lightning strike, that is in enterotoxemia and coccidiosis also, there is a chance of acute death. So you have to differentiate it from other parasitic gastroenteritis, because in other gastroenteritis there is no development of severe anemia. There will be mild anemia. In this, there will be severe anemia. There is a profuse watery diarrhea and other parasitic gastroenteritis. Here you will find dark tarry colored fishes. So these are the two very important differential points from which we can differentiate it from other parasitic gastroenteritis. Now again, the prevention and control. The drug of choice for this, there are 3 drugs we have given here. One is Clozental. It's a very important, because we have to keep in mind the anthelmintic resistance. So whatever the very important anthelmintic of benzimidazole groups are available in the market, some of them are resistant. They are not at all working. For example, albendazole, fenbendazole, we go for, because we are using it for very, very long time. So benzimidazole group of drugs, yeah, although we can treat it with the help of benzimidazole, albendazole, and fenbendazole. Modentrol citrate, this was a very good medicine for the control of Haemonchus contortus. So modentrol citrate can be given at the dose rate of 7 mg per kg body weight. Benzimidazole groups 10 mg per kg body weight. And the recent we are using it, Clozental, for the control of these parasites. So again, I think their vaccine, and the vaccine is almost ready to be marketed in India also and in world. So this is a very, very important development for the control of this parasite. And because, and also the removal of hypobiotic larva, that larva that remain in a dormant state. So we have to treat, we have to send the animal for alternative grazing. We have to spray urea and other copper sulfate solutions on the grounds where maximum infection of L3 stage is occurring. And vaccination by irritative vaccination, the recent technique what we are going to adopt. If the vaccine come in market, we can vaccinate the animal for development of resistance against the L3 larval stage. So I think we are running out of time. 8 minutes and 24 seconds remaining. So can we start a next topic, or you need some discussion? Just ask question. Any question? प्रियंका पूछिए।
रिकॉर्ड नहीं कर सकते हैं
रिकॉर्ड
सर?
हो रही है?
रिकॉर्ड वो सर हम
रिकॉर्ड
लोग को परमिशन नहीं है।
हाँ, मैं
वो
रिकॉर्ड कर रहा
रिकॉर्डिंग
हूँ।
का परमिशन
रिकॉर्ड हो रहा है।
अच्छा
यू जस्ट आस्क क्वेश्चन हियर ओनली। आप यू कैन
यस
टेक
सर।
पिक्चर, आप इसका फोटो ले सकती हैं। ले लिया आपने? स्लाइड शो का फोटो
नो
ले लिया
सर।
है? आप फोटो ले लीजिए।
नो
यहाँ पे
सर।
मैक्सिमम पार्टिसिपेंट्स दिख रहे हैं ना?
सर वो
फोटो, इसका फोटो ले लीजिए।
जी सर। सर ये स्लाइड तो नोट्स में मिल जाएगा ना?
हाँ हाँ, सब मिल जाएगा आपको, पीपीटी भी मिल जाएगा, उसका चिंता नहीं करना है।
यस सर।
जस्ट यू
यस
जस्ट
सर।
डिस्कस हियर, जैसे हम लोग क्लास में डिस्कस करते हैं उसको डिस्कस करिए।
यस सर।
Okay, just ask question few, otherwise
Yes.
I will enter into the next topic.
Yes sir.
Any question? Alok, any question from you? Pooja?
यस सर, वो पीजी में भी उसमें भी माइल्ड एनीमिया होता था ना सर? दोनों में एनीमिक
हाँ,
कंडीशन है।
एनीमिया तो कहीं भी हो सकता है, किसी भी पैरासाइटिक इन्फेस्टेशन में एनीमिया इसलिए होगा कि अगर एनिमल खाना नहीं खाएगा, उसको प्रोटीन की कमी होगी, तो इनडायरेक्टली ब्लड बनेगा नहीं। वो उस तरह से वहाँ ब्लड लॉस के कारण एनीमिया नहीं हो रहा है, वहाँ हाइपोप्रोटीनीमिया के कारण, लॉस ऑफ एपेटाइट के कारण, एनोरेक्सिया के कारण, लॉस ऑफ डिफरेंट मिनरल्स इन द जीआई ट्रैक्ट के कारण। एनीमिया के कारण तो बहुत कुछ है ना, जैसे आयरन का लॉस हो रहा है डायरिया में, अगर एब्जॉर्प्शन नहीं हो रहा है मिनरल का। आयरन जो ब्लड है वो सिर्फ ऐसा नहीं है कि सिर्फ कंपोनेंट जो है ब्लड के वो सिर्फ आयरन ही नहीं है, उसके अलावा बहुत सारे चीजें हैं, वो प्रोटीन भी है। तो अगर जनरली प्रोटीन की कमी होगी तब भी एनीमिया, माइल्ड एनीमिया डेवलप करेगा। लेकिन वहां सीवियर ब्लड सकर नहीं है, इसलिए एक्यूट एनीमिया नहीं होगा, अचानक एनीमिया नहीं होगा। धीरे धीरे पैरासिटिक इन्फेस्टेशन हो गए, धीरे धीरे उसमें एनीमिया डेवलप करेगा। एक्यूट डेथ नहीं होगा, डेबिलिटी होगा, वहां पे वॉर्म्स जाएंगे, कमजोर होता जाएगा जानवर। जब आप उसको नहीं सप्लीमेंट देंगे या फिर आप एंथेल्मेंटिक नहीं देंगे, तब जाकर के प्रॉब्लम डेवलप करता है। सो इट्स टेक सम टाइम, बहुत समय लेता है एनीमिया को डेवलप होने में और ठीक होने में, दोनों में। एनी अदर क्वेश्चन? So if there is no questions, I will start. We have some 5-minute time. So next is a very important disease called bunostomosis or hookworm, because we are dealing with a parasite that leads to death in the animals and that produce severe anemia. So again, another group of parasite, both in ruminants as well as in companion animal, dog and cat. It produces again a severe anemia. So it's again a very great problems, just like a Haemonchus contortus. So this disease is again characterized by emaciation. There is a progressive anemia. Unlike the Haemonchus contortus, there is a progressive anemia. So this is the differential point. It will not lead to death immediately within 1 and 2 days. So there will be constipation. In the previous we have discussed, there will be melena, there will be diarrhea, but here we have to differentiate the constipation develop. So constipation, and again, if we do not treat these animals for suffering from hookworm, it may lead to the diarrhea and death, especially in the young animals. So this is a very, very dangerous parasites for the young animals, both in young animals of cattle, sheep and goat, as well as for the dogs and the cats. So etiology, again, cattle, Bunostomum phlebotomum is a parasite, is a hookworm parasite of cattle, and sheep and sheep and goat. Bunostomum trigopsophanum is a parasite of sheep and goat. So there are two different species of Bunostomum. Bunostomum phlebotomum for cattle and Bunostomum trigonocephalum for sheep and goat. So these are the two important species that are responsible for producing anemia, progressive anemia in case of cattle, sheep and goat. Again, the epidemiology, the disease is worldwide in occurrence. It is present everywhere, in almost all countries, as well as in our tropical countries also. So calves, generally it affects the calves. The calves are the really vulnerable with suffering from this Haemonchus contortus worms. So calves in the age group of 4 to 12 months are highly susceptible with these parasites. So unlike we have seen the pathogenesis, the other 5 parasites we have discussed, 4 parasitic gastroenteritis and 1 Haemonchus contortus. The route of infection is oral. Here there is a different point. The route of infection may be oral, but the major route of infection is the skin. So ये parasite जब animal बाहर जाता है, जब घास चरने के लिए जाता है या बाहर निकलता है, तो उसके पैर के थ्रू, अगर जानवर घास में बैठ जाता है, उसके abdomen के थ्रू skin से penetration हो जाता है. Or sometimes the animal get confused that something has bitten my animals. जानवर जब अपने बाड़े में लौटता है, when the animal returns to its place, it start stamping its feet. अपने पैर को पटकता है. ऑनर समझ जाते हैं कि जैसे उसको कोई काट लिया है, सांप काट लिया है, वो किसी तरह का चीज उसको काटा है, and we get confused with this type of symptoms. So a stamping of it, if the animals comes on the ground, comes on the come to the house and start stamping its feet after grazing, so we may suspect it may be a case of hookworm infestation, because the major route of injury of this parasite is through skin. So if the parasite is, suppose if a mosquito bites someone, it produces irritations. Similar condition is that if the parasites enter through skin, it produces severe irritation. And in severe irritation, animals show anxiety, animals show pain, and start stamping it with, अपने पैर को पटकने लगता है और हम लोग समझते हैं इसको कोई किसी तरह का कोई चीज ने इसको काट लिया है. So stamping of it is very, very important clinical diagnosis of these parasites. So again, you see the life cycle, just like other parasites. It's the eggs comes out in feces. Again, L1 development of L1, L2, and L3 larval stage. So here also there is a development of L3 larval stage is infective. But unlike the other 5 parasites, where the major route of entry in the body is mouth, here the cutaneous penetration is very, very important. So cutaneous penetration, it enters through skin, and from entering into skin, it enters into the blood. From blood, it goes into the heart and lung, and in the heart and lung, it develops into L4 larval stage. From there, it comes into the pharynx, it returns back into the pharynx, and from the pharynx, it again swallowed, वो उसको निगल जाता है और उसके स्मॉल इंटेस्टाइन में जाकर के म्यूकोसा में पेनिट्रेट करता है और एडल्ट वॉर्म्स डेवलप करता है और फिर से एक लेइंग शुरू करता है. सो यहाँ पे आपने डिफरेंस देखा, यहाँ डायरेक्टली जीआई ट्रैक्ट को ये पैरासाइट नहीं इंटर करता है, स्किन से इंटर करने के बाद ब्लड से हार्ट एंड लंग्स में, लंग्स से फिर से वो डीग्लूटिनेट होकर के तब जा करके जीआई ट्रैक्ट में अपना प्रॉब्लम क्रिएट करता है. सो अगेन हियर इट्स ए पैरासाइट दैट प्रोड्यूसेस anemia, because again it is a blood sucking parasite produced as a major cause of anemia in all species of animals. You will find animals suffering from anemia, so we have to differentiate it from whether it is suffering from hookworm disease or whether if it is a sweep and goat, we have to differentiate whether it is suffering from Haemonchus contortus. So again, the number of worms infested by the animals, if the large number of worms are infested by the animals, it produces severe anemia and the animal may die within 1 and 2 days. So again, there will be development of hypoproteinemia, edema, and bottle jaw develop in this region, and the irritation of the GI tract. Due to the irritation of the GI tract, there may be a diarrhea. So, and because of the penetration through the skin, the irritation develop in the skin, and stamping and irritation